Breaking news from the entertainment headquarters. My people, gather around because today's entertainment news might make you sit down, look at your journey, and ask yourself one serious question. Am I following the right movements? Or am I following the global bitterness? Once upon a time in Ghana, a child was born in Accra. On the day he was born, his father carefully looked at him and said, "Hey, this one really looks like me. Let us name him Chasni Amamensan." Brother, who does this? But my people, little did the father know that the child was carrying a bigger vision. Hear me well, my people. As Chas grew up, he looked at his name and said, "This name is good, but my mission is bigger. I have to reborn myself." Brother, who does this? And fast forward, Ghana suddenly met Bandana. Before his father could even cough, the young man humbly replied, "Daddy, you have no idea. Just keep watching, brother." Who does this? If not be Shatta Wale. And while every village household was encouraging their children to become lawyers, politicians, doctors and teachers, this young man looked at the career choices and said, "Me, I will do music." Brother, laugh for Shatta Wale, he be too much. And around 2004, my people, Ghana witnessed something where a sound entered the atmosphere and Bandana dropped Mokoho. Tension grew up in every household. Even Fame itself rented a bus and traveled to Bandana's house and said, "Young man, Abego, I have arrived. Take care of me." Brother, who does this? But years later, my people, Bandana sat down quietly and said, "No, this is not enough. Calling myself Bandana cannot carry the bigger vision. I need another name that represents the mission." And my people, that was how the village head Shatta Wale. Brother, who does this? Hear me well, my people. Shatta Wale did not stop there. He looked at the music industry and said, "I need to correct something. So let me drop Dancehall King and see." And it conquered the whole Ghana. And from that beginning, the world started seeing something. Many people believed in the movement and became fans. The other side became fans of criticism, jealousy, and pulling him down. But my people, while some were talking, miracles started happening. From crowd power to energetic performance. From influence to impact, and from Ghana streets to international conversations, brother. Some people saw it and clapped for him. Others said, "No, if he is really a man, let him do it outside Ghana." My people, this particular debate entered the village meeting and stayed there for years. But Shatta Wale was not sleeping. He was actually thinking about the safety of his fans until one day a voice entered his ears and said, "Shatta Wale, the time has come. Go and prove them wrong again." Brother, who does this? Clap for Shatta Wale, he be too much. Fast forward, my people. Shatta Wale quickly sent a message from his Voltage mansion. ShattafestUK, I am coming on 1st August. Brother, who does this? My people, when the world heard the message, it said things will really happen. But let us see the outcome. But the fans did not wait. They said, "We don't care. We are moving." And reports indicated that tickets moved quickly after they were released, creating massive attention around the event. And that got some people asking, is this festival becoming bigger than we expected? Meanwhile, some fan base also said, Shatta Wale cannot carry all the festival glory alone. We must also create our own festival. Brother, who does this? My people, village reports say, while Shattafest was preparing to take over the park, other fan base also looked at the situation and said, "This is a clear opportunity for us because we cannot allow shame to catch us," and started distributing flyers like village festival food. Brother, who does this? And when security operatives questioned, the message was simple: "Please consider us too, because we are also part of the celebration." Brother, who does this? But my people, ShattafestUK experienced one major shock. While thousands of people showed up to witness the moment, the venue became overcrowded. That even got the oxygen present started seeking emergency medical attention. Brother, who does this? Hey, my people, security concerns started rising. Even the police looked at the situation and said, "No, we cannot manage the crowd safely." The situation became serious because safety comes first. Brother, who does this? The authorities decided that the event has to be cancelled to protect lives. Brother, who does this? And when some fans tried to mock the outcome to make the situation satisfy their emotions, a voice echoed and said, "Bro, learn something. Be reminded that 2 events were cancelled. And some cancellations carry more disgrace than others." Brother, concerns, brother. Who does this? Gather around, moral lesson don't drop. Whether you support Shatta Wale or not. One thing is clear. From Chasni Ama Mensa to Bandana. And from Bandana to Shatta Wale. That journey has created conversations beyond Ghana. Brother, who does this? May your village reporter reporting nonsense with sense. I beg, go to my bio. You will find a YouTube link. Click on that and subscribe to my channel. Who does this? I'm out.